are using a question area, and I think use 100 and 150 samples.
Okay. Who is your unit of analysis?
Accounting and finance managers of listed companies.
Accounting and finance managers in listed companies.
Yes.
Okay. What's the reason for selecting listed companies in Sri Lanka for this kind of a study?
Mm, because now both companies use accounting systems.
Okay, but are you supposed to collect the primary data or secondary data? Primary or
Primary
secondary data?
data.
Okay.
Primary
Primary
data.
data via the questionnaire. How much your sample size?
100, 150.
But that has not been mentioned here, neither.
Yes, miss.
Okay, but your sample technique is correct, stratified random sampling. Okay, Tarushi. Yeah, you can do your proposal on this one. Good, very good. What's your
Okay.
registration number?
085 miss. Weekend.
So there are several batch numbers. The 18C is there, 18B is
18A weekend.
there.
085.
Okay. Your name is Ambasingh Mudyanselaගේ ගෙදර Tarushi Mudyanse Abasinghe. I asked you to redo it, right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, okay. Now it's okay, but now that is fine.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank
Next,
you, miss.
okay, Bata. Next person.
Madam,
Hmm.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, and then it's your presentation also visible to me.
Madam, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
I will be presenting my research proposal titled The Impact of Operational Audits on Operational Performance in Sri Lankan Manufacturing Organizations. The aim of this study is to examine the direct impact of five dimensions of operational auditing on operational performance in Sri Lankan manufacturing context. Based on this, I have developed five research questions. Uh, what is the impact of audit frequency, audit scope, follow-up effectiveness, auditor competence, and audit independence on operational performance? And also, I have five research objectives to identify the impact of audit frequency, audit scope, follow-up effectiveness, auditor competence, and audit independence on operational performance. And when it comes to my conceptual framework, I have developed one dependent variable and five independent variables. My dependent variable is operational performance, and my independent variables are audit frequency, audit scope, follow-up effectiveness, auditor competence, and audit independence. In scope, my study focuses on Sri Lankan manufacturing organizations. As per the unit of analysis, I will be taking the individual manufacturing organization. As per the sample, I will be taking 30 to 50 manufacturing organizations in Sri Lanka with at least 5 consecutive years of available annual reports and audit records using purposive sampling technique. Uh, this is my presentation, madam.
Okay. Why the purpose is sampling technique?
because, madam, I have to uh, uh, use uh, annual reports and audit records. No.
Then, how then it would be the purposive? You know, if purposive means the purposefully you are selecting the particular target sample, and then that the specific target group should have the specific knowledge regarding that the research. For example, purposive is doing based on the marketing research and likewise. Rather selecting purposive always because you are supposed to collect the second data. Am I right?
Yes, madam.
Yes. Secondary data in sense highly quantitative research.
Yes.
But the purposive in the sense, you know, there are there are two type of sampling techniques called the probability versus non-probability. Purposive is coming under the non-probability sampling technique, whereas that is very much suitable for the qualitative analysis. But here it is quantitative study. So the better to think. How many articles you read?
25, around
Prepare
25.
you have already read 25 articles.
Yes, madam, abstract.
Okay.
Um,
So what are the sampling technique they identified? Have you went through that kind of have you when you are reading the abstract or the papers, what sort of sampling techniques have you identified? Your presentation is
mm,
excellent, right? The way you have presented as well as the content that you are presenting, that's absolutely good, right? But
mm,
when you are developing your proposal, think about the sample technique.
technique.
Okay, Pita? Right.
Okay, madam.
Okay. You are 78, right? Week end
Yes,
78.
madam. 78.
Okay. Thank you very much. You can do with the proposal.
Okay, madam.
Yeah. Any more to share their presentation? Yeah, the next one.
Hello, madam.
Yes, Subhas. Subhat.
Yes.
You can share your screen.
Yes. Can you see my screen, madam?
Yes, it's visible.
So, my research topic is the impact of green accounting practices on cost reduction in Sri Lankan listed manufacturing companies. And I identified four variables. The first one is environmental cost accounting, green investment appraisal, waste and energy management accounting, and environmental disclosure practices. And the research questions are, the first one is, what is the impact of environmental cost accounting on cost reduction in Sri Lankan listed manufacturing companies? And the objective is to identify the impact of environmental cost accounting. The second question is, what is the impact of green investment appraisal? And the objective is to identify the impact of green investment appraisal. And the third question is, what is the impact of waste and energy management accounting on cost reduction in Sri Lankan listed manufacturing companies? And the objective is to identify the impact of waste and energy management accounting on cost reduction in listed manufacturing companies. The last one is, what is the impact of environmental disposal practices? And the objective is to identify the impact of environmental disposal practices. Moving into conceptual framework, the independent variables are environmental cost accounting, green investment appraisal, waste and energy management accounting, environmental disclosure practices, and the dependent variable is cost reduction. The population and sample, the manufacturing companies listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange, and the unit of analysis, individual firm represented by a finance manager, chief accountant, or equivalent senior accounting. And my sample technique is simple random sampling, and approximately 40 to 50 listed manufacturing companies on the CSC. So this is my presentation.
Okay, thank you very much for selecting very interesting research topic rather than the original one. So yes, very good. I have seen the population objectives, hypothesis, then the conceptual framework questions are very clear. So population and sample, moving to the population and sample. So what is your population? So population based on the first population. When you are selecting the population, you have to think of what would be your unit of analysis. What is your unit of analysis?
Individual firm represented by financial manager, chief accountant, or
Yeah,
equivalent senior accountant.
finance managers, and then the CEO, CFO, CRO, and likewise
Yes.
might be cost and management accountant. So then if your unit of analysis is the individual, your population should be the finance managers or the chief accountants work in the manufacturing companies, working in the listed manufacturing companies, not the listed companies in Colombo Stock Exchange. If you are collecting secondary data, your population would be the manufacturing companies, But here it is not the case. This is the primary data research, right?
Yes,
Primary data research in the sense you are collecting the data by sharing the questionnaire from the finance managers. What
yes,
happened then is your population. Population consists with finance managers, chief accountants, senior professionals who are working at the manufacturing companies would be a population. So then if there are, let's assume there are 50 manufacturing companies as per the Security Exchange Commission, definitely there should be more than 250 finance managers or chief accountants. That would be a population. Here your
yes.
population is wrong.
Okay, madam. I will
Right?
write.
Based on the population, then you have to select your sample size. You have selected how much or how many units for the sample, not mentioned here. What's your intent? 40 listed manufacturing companies.
Yes.
40 manufacturing, it should not be the 40 manufacturing companies, it should be the individuals who are working at the manufacturing companies. Clear?
Yeah. Yes,
That
madam.
also case to the population. Now you also refer the Morgan table. Type it Morgan table. Morgan table says what would be our population as per the population. Okay, this is the amount that you want to select as the sample. Refer the Morgan table except the population sample. Others are very clear and very good presentation and an interesting topic. Good luck.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay. What's your index number, Subhan? As
Uh,
I saw, you are
18A weekend 061.
Vishal Subhat. Ne?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So we'll give the chance for the next one.
Hello, madam.
Hello,
Yes.
madam.
Can I
Shall
hear you?
I can hear two voices, girl and boy. You decide who
Uh,
is going to do the presentation and start it.
yeah, I am the sixth one.
I am the
Okay.
fifth. Madam, I'm the fifth one. Shall I start? Or
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah,
Java.
better to start.
Yeah. Okay, madam. Since I was presenting from my phone, madam, can you see the presentation, madam?
Yes.
Uh, so my topic is impact on wet compliances on financial performance of export-oriented businesses in Sri Lanka. So the independent variable is wet compliance. In that there are some subheadings like documentation requirements, registering, fillings, and refunds, like that. The dependent variable is financial performance of export oriented businesses. And my research questions are: what factors influence wet compliance among export oriented businesses? What affect the financial performance? The relationship between wet compliance, how it will impact the financial things in exported oriented businesses. So the objective I need to achieve with this research is identify the key factors influencing the wet compliance among export oriented businesses, examine the factors affecting the financial performance of export oriented business, and evaluate the relationship between wet compliance and financial performances. So with this, my population is export oriented businesses registered and operating in Sri Lanka across all industries. And the unit of analysis is export oriented business firms. I mean private limited, also public listed companies. And my sampling techniques is, as I have to do with listed companies, we can find the annual report, but for private companies we can't get. So I need to go with quantitative survey design using structured questionnaires. Target sample is 10 to 20 export oriented businesses. And purpose use, that's all, madam.
Okay. Thank you very much for the presentation. So it's basically clear what you are trying to do. But so my basic question is, if the companies, if we see the rationale behind this research topic, VAT compliance, how it is impacting for the financial performance?
Mm, Basically, it started from if from a like the company which is not following the vet or the system. I mean, in a very small scale, they will not care about the vet and the compliances, and they will do, and they will come to export. The issue is they will unwantedly bearing the vet amount which is not for them. So basically, to motivate them and like that, to come to the vet and file the vet and get the refund, so they could easily eliminate 18 percentage of vet, so they can save cost and improve their business profitability, so the customers also get the good price, like that.
Okay. You are supposed to collect the primary data.
No, madam.
So then how?
I
How
uh,
can
yes, madam. Primary data. Sorry, I must have misunderstood. It's primary data.
yeah, the what do you call conceptual framework is top to bottom, right? Look at that one. Conceptual framework is top to bottom. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah.
Ah. So then have you participated for the presentation sessions?
Yes, madam. I saw that step by step things.
Step by step, another step by step things. So basically, conceptual framework. For the others also, I'm telling the same thing. Again and again, we can't repeat the same thing. Ne? So we all are adults. So then all of you, not for you all. So all of us, we need to understand the way of doing it. So it's basically conceptual framework. Now we have did the presentation for 2 times. I did the paper discussion for the 2 times. So now in the paper discussion, very clearly we identify the way of developing the conceptual framework, right? So as I know, so I have discussed this conceptual framework in 4 places. So this is the 5th one. Even the 5th one, so our students, what they are doing is, so they don't know how to do the conceptual framework. Pathetic. Hmm? So conceptual framework, it's graphical illustration. The first student, not graphical illustration, just mentioning with the words, that is wrong. Always conceptual framework should be left to right. Why we can't understand that one? Again and again, I can't do this. I can't give the same comment for the next presenters as well. If you have done that one, please correct it. There are some structured way of drawing the conceptual framework. So as you wish, you can't draw the conceptual framework. Always for the quantitative studies, qualitative studies doesn't matter. Quantitative studies, it should be started with the left hand side and then to the right hand side. And then you have to link with the arrows. Right? This is not for you. I know the coming students are also doing the same mistake. Then it can't repeat the same wordings. That's why. Okay, so you also need to change that one. And then you will not mention that arrow with the hypothesis. The arrows which are mentioned in the conceptual framework should be named with the hypothesis. H1, H2, H3 and likewise. Right? Then you have to correct that one.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So then it is okay. Jasit. Sorry, Javid me.
Yes, madam.
Anything to ask?
No, madam. I will
Any
correct.
unclear points?
Sorry, madam.
Yeah, Javed Hakim, ne?
Yeah, Javed Hakim.
Hakim. Okay. Okay, Hakim. Good. Except the conceptual frameworks, others are good.
Thank you, madam.
You can develop your proposal.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, clear. You can share your screen.
You can see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible. දැන් මම ආයි okay උදා 1 minute පුතා මම ආයි කියන්නේ නැහැ ඔයාලට දැන් conceptual framework එක දැන් තියෙනවා නම් හදන්න ඕනේ. දැන් හතරවෙනි පාරක් ඩිස්කස් කරා. හතරවෙනි පාරම මම conceptual paper discussions වල conceptual framework එක මම හිතන්නේ 8 පාරකට විතර conceptual frameworks මම ඇන්දා. මම last week උත් දැන් ඔයාලට presentation කරනකොට ඔයාලට participate වෙන්න කියලා chance එකක් දීලා මම conceptual framework එක කළා. මං මෙතනින් පස්සේ තියෙන presentations වල conceptual framework වැරදි නම් මං comment කරන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් හරි දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නවනේ හදන්න ඕන විදිහ. එතකොට ඒක ඒ විදිහට presentation එකේ හදලා තියෙනවා නම් වැරදි නම් හදලා තියෙන විදිහ හරියට හදන්න. ඉතින් මං ආයෙ comment කරන්නේ නැහැ conceptual framework එකට. වැරදුනොත් ඉතින් වැරදුනාම තියෙයි. අපි පොඩි ළමයි නෙමෙයිනේ පුතා. එතකොට independent variable එක අපි include කරන්නේ left hand side. variables or variables dependent variables right hand side ඒ දෙන්නම link කරලා තියෙනෝනේ arrows වලින් මේ arrows ටික hypothesis වල h1 h2 h3 කියලා name කරලා තියෙනවා ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන් must. මම නැත්තම් මෙතන ඉඳන් report කළොත් conceptual framework වැරදිද මම දැන් මේ ඔයාලගේ presentation orders දාගෙන යනකොට මම ඒකේ mark කරනවා wrong conceptual framework කියලා. පොඩි ළමයි නෙවෙයිනේ අපිට. එකම වැරද්ද ආය කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාලා concentration එක දෙන්නේ නැහැ presentations වලට. ඉතින් කමෙන්ට් කරන්න තියෙන දේවල් වලට නෙවෙයි කමෙන්ට් කරන්න වෙන්නේ ඊට වඩා වැඩක් නැති දේවල් වලට කමෙන්ට් කරන්න වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඒ වැරද්ද ඔයාලා කරන්න එපා. හරි. අපි ගමු. ලංකා.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah. Hope you can hear me.
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
My topic is the impact of AI adoption on operational audit effectiveness in the Sri Lankan banking sector. Banks today use AI tools like machine learning, robotic process automation, and data analytics. These tools help auditors find errors faster and check large.
One more thing. You just put into the presentation into the PowerPoint the presentation we right? Make your presentation to the presentation mode. Click on there is a in the top at bottom of this ribbon. Just right click.
Okay.
No, right click. Go to the presentation. View the presentation. Now, bottom ribbon. You can see there. There is a minimization tab. No, minimize and then the maximize line is there. No.
Mm-hmm.
Before that one, there is a presentation. The icon is there. No presentation. PowerPoint presentation mode.
Now
Once you put into the presentation mode, the presentation going to be dark. Ne? There might be issue. And then click
okay,
කරන්න. And right. Hi. Now okay. Very good. Thank you.
My study has two variables. The independent variable is AI adoption, machine learning, robotic process automation, technology infrastructure, and organizational readiness. The dependent variable is operational audit effectiveness, how accurate, reliable, and efficient the audit process is. I have two research questions. First, how does AI adoption affect audit effectiveness? Second, how do different factors affect the effectiveness of AI adoption? Two questions are large because they cover all five objectives without repeating. My five objectives are identify the AI tool bank used, evaluate current audit effectiveness, study the AI effective relationship, assess the challenges faced and give recommendations. My conceptual framework links all four AI factors to audit effectiveness. For each factors, I have preposition. For example, preposition one says machine learning tools are linked to better audit effectiveness. I use preposition, not hypothesis. For my methodology, I use qualitative approach with secondary data only. My population is licensed commercial bank in Sri Lanka. My unit of analysis is the individual bank. My sample uses purposive method leading bank with published AI disclosures. The research can help Sri Lankan bank and the central bank use AI safely in auditing. Thank you.
Okay. You are supposed to collect the primary data.
No, ma'am, secondary data.
So then for this kind of things, can you find out the secondary data? Machine learning and then data analytics and then the robotic automation process and then technology infrastructure. Would you be able to find out the secondary data for these variables? Your structured presentation is very clearly, right? Very clear, and then topic also very interesting and timely topic.
Okay.
So, but the way of data collection, are you clear on this way of data collection?
I use secondary data articles.
Articles?
Yeah.
Articles means how can you do a research with the articles? Hmm? Have you presented in the last week?
I can't hear, ma'am.
Have you presented in the last week session when we are taking the presentation? Have you be there?
No, no, ma'am.
No, that's the case. So if you are trying to do a research with the, so as I guess, you mean the published data, are you supposed to collect the data from already published research articles?
Yes, ma'am.
So then if it is Sri Lankan banking sector, would you be able to find out the Sri Lankan banking sector research articles? Have you anywhere found out at least one which include the secondary data?
Now I don't have.
So then how can you do? Name. So it seems you do not have the proper way of the proper idea regarding your data collection. So if you are going through the research question also, you can very clearly so develop 4 questions. So what would be the 4 questions? The way you have developed the research question is something confused. What you can do is you just develop 4 questions. Very simple. You can develop what is the impact of machine learning and data analytics on operational audit effectiveness. Second question, what is the impact of robotic automation process on the effectiveness of operational audit? Third question, what is the impact of technology infrastructure on the operational audit effectiveness? Fourth one, what is the impact of organizational readiness to the operational audit effectiveness? So those are the 4 questions. You
Okay, ma'am.
just remove these recommendations. Providing recommendation is not an objective, that's a must. If you are doing a research, that is must. Recommendation should be there, otherwise, unless otherwise, that won't be a research. So that is not a part of the objective, right? So you have to remove these questions and objectives. Remove those. What you have
Okay.
mentioned here. So remove and develop 4 questions.
Okay.
And
Madam,
4 will be
can I continue this qualitative?
qualitative.
Yeah.
Qualitative also doesn't matter, but qualitative, so then again you don't want the conceptual favor. As a principal, we now, so most of the students, they are trying to do a qualitative studies. I don't mention that one in the previous sessions also. So we are really giving the chance of doing the qualitative studies if it is not that much of essential, Putta. And because there are some limitations with the qualitative studies for the accounting field,
Okay.
right? You,
Okay.
it's your choice, right? It's your choice of doing the qualitative one, but most of our research supervisors also doing the quantitative studies with the statistical methods. So So if you, that's your choice. I can't restrict the students, but as a coordinator, so we also have some limitations on this qualitative studies, right? So my advice is, so since this can be done with the primary data with very attractive way, by sharing the questionnaire, you can have the idea, right? If it is, if you want to do it in a qualitative way, so what told you to develop the 4 objectives and 4 questions needed to be avoided. That can't be applied in a qualitative study. And there are no any conceptual frameworks in qualitative studies actually. Okay, so then you can identify, so how you can just develop the question how the AI adaptation influence on the operational effectiveness, right? That is one thing. And then what factors would be the effective for the AI integration also can. So question 1, RQ1 and RQ2 no need for the qualitative studies also. So instead
Okay.
of that one, you can identify any challenges, right? Any
Mhm.
barriers for
Okay.
this AI adaptation, and likewise. So, and then research question A is then okay. Techniques, no need. So then research objective A, identify the AI technologies adapted, no need actually. So then you have the question RQ1, how does the AI influence the operational audit effectiveness? You can do the same questions into the objective to identify the influence of the AI adaptation on operational audit effectiveness. And then second also you can convert to the objective, um, identify the factors affecting for the effectiveness of the AI integration. If there are any research questions regarding the
Yeah.
barriers and objectives, you can develop to identify the barriers of the AI adaptation. So then 3 objectives. That is enough for the qualitative study. So then conceptual framework, remove the conceptual framework. Population, actually if it is population, not license commercial banks, it should be the individuals, right? If you are targeting to collect the data from the individual bank, eh, again, Pratha, you can't collect the data from the banks, no? If it is a
Yeah.
qualitative, right? So then you have to identify the individuals who are working at the internal audit department or the AI integration operations. You have to refer that to individuals.
Okay.
So then your population would be the individuals, AI, the AI managers or the business analytics managers, audit managers who are working at these commercial banks. That might be your population, right? So then your sample, you have to select the number of the AI analytics oriented persons or the internal auditors who are working at this Russian commercial banks based on the Morgan table by looking at a population. That has to be changed. That means the entire one is changing. Right?
Okay.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you clear what you are doing?
Can you?
Lanka, are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
clear what you are doing?
Yes, ma'am. I continue this quantitative side.
Okay. So topic is contemporary one.
Okay.
But since methodology, you do not have the proper idea regarding the methodology as well as the content of the topic, right? So just again read it, very carefully read it. So my advice is not to deal with the qualitative side, right?
Okay.
So if you can do this one with the quantitative side, you can do a good job. Qualitative also can do, but some studies, if you are doing in the qualitative, future in the publication side, there might be some issues. Not for the grades and all, But if you want to move with the another grade, another publication from your final dissertation, so sometimes the qualitative studies might have some restrictions sometimes. So therefore, very easily you can do with this one with the quantitative way. But I'm not forcing you, that's your choice whether to select qualitative or quantitative. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, good.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Hello, madam. Can I hear you? Hello,
Yes.
madam. Okay,
Hope
I will
you
share
can
the
hear me.
screen. Now, madam, can you see my screen?
Yes.
My research topic is the relationship between internal control, effectiveness, and revenue performance in service sector organizations in Sri Lanka. Based on
1
that,
minute.
I got. Okay, madam.
Can you put into the presentation mode? What's your registration number?
ADC exemption 008.
Okay. You can start your presentation.
Madam, the screen is blank, I think. Okay, now okay.
Okay.
My independent variable is internal control effectiveness. Main components are control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring activities. Dependent variables are revenue growth and revenue collection efficiency. Based on that, my research questions are, is there a significant relationship between internal control effectiveness and revenue performance? And also which internal control components have the greatest influence on the revenue performance. Due to that, my research objective is to evaluate revenue performance in service sector organizations and identify the weaknesses and strengths in internal controls, and to determine the relationship between internal control effectiveness and revenue performance. I got as my population employees who work in finance, accounts, auditing and management department of service sector organizations in Sri Lanka. So I used individual employees as unit of analysis, and 150 number of respondent I use as my sample.
Okay. So, Imasha, good presentation. We'll remove the word the relationship between from your topic.
Okay, madam.
Okay, so then we'll keep it as internal control effectiveness and then revenue performance in service sector organizations in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
Okay, good presentation. All covered.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, madam.
Hello, madam.
Okay, one thing. Imasha, one thing.
Yeah, madam.
Okay, just you put into the PowerPoint mode. Okay, we'll do like that. So questions and objectives, internal control, you develop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 research questions.
I'll just, okay, madam.
Okay, so is
Okay,
there a,
madam.
we'll remove the word, the way you have written down the question format.
Okay.
What is the relationship between internal controls and then revenue performance?
Okay.
And then what is the relationship between risk assessment and then the revenue performance? What is the relationship between control activities and revenue performance? What is the relationship between information and communication on the revenue performance? What is the impact of, or else what is the relationship between monitoring activities on revenue performance of
Okay,
the,
madam.
and then you mention the service sector as well at the end of each
Okay.
question, research question and research objectives. Develop 5 questions, 5 objectives.
Okay,
So another one. So this is, I know this is COSO, no?
Yeah.
COSO framework, no? So, but now the COSO framework has 3 stages. So it has been first developed with the COSO and then it went to the ERM. Now it has a modification in as per the 2017 one ERM, COSO ERM, we call it G split. So it in this COSO framework, now it has been changed to the performance and then the governance and likewise, right? Strategy and likewise. If you are already COSO is little bit old one, so then if you can go with the ERM, enterprise risk management. Now the COSO, even we are referring the COSO, but the latest one is the ERM, enterprise risk management.
Yeah.
So, so you try to, since you have the basic idea, so I just asking you to develop, include at least 1-2 variable from the ERM as well. Then COSO tika paranaine. COSO develop වෙලා දැන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන enterprise risk management එකෙන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන. ඒකෙන variable එකක් වගේ conceptual framework එකට දාගන්න.
Okay, madam.
Okay? Okay, good.
Hello, madam.
Thank you.
Hello, madam.
Hello, madam.
Yeah. The person who share the presentation next, I will look into that one since you have the order. Yeah, next one can share the presentation.
Hello, madam. Can you see my
Yeah.
presentation?
Yes, yes.
My registration number is the heart ATC EX 15. This is visible for you. And my topic is
Not
the impact
visible.
of the.
That it's not visible.
Can I share the screen with? Is this okay?
Yeah, you can share the screen, but I can't see your screen. Previously you shared, now just stop.
Miss, wait.
Exemption, right?
Yes.
Which exemption?
18C EX.
You are coming from AAT exemptions, no?
Chartered exception.
Business level.
Executive. Business level. Is this okay, miss?
No, can't see. Previous it was shared. Now okay. No, now okay.
Now
Not
okay?
blockchain technology.
Yes, miss. Now okay, no?
Now okay.
Yes. My research topic is, madam, the impact of the blockchain technology, accounting practice, and future of the accounting professional in Sri Lanka. My research question
Can
is.
you just keep your presentation, the topic, just keep your topic as it is. I want to look at your topic.
Is okay, no?
Yeah, kindly go to the topic. Just I want to read it. The impact of blockchain technology on accounting practices and then the future of the accounting professionals.
Professional
Okay.
in Sri Lanka. My research question is what factors influence the adoption of the blockchain technology among Sri Lankan organization. Second one is how does blockchain technology affect the quality of the accounting practice. Third one is how does blockchain technology influence the future role of accounting professional in Sri Lanka. This my objective is to examine the main objective is to examine the impact of the blockchain technology on accounting practice and future accounting profession in Sri Lanka, and primary objective to identify the factors influencing blockchain technology adoption among the Sri Lankan organization, and third to evaluate the impact of the blockchain technology on the quality of the accounting practice. Fourth one is to examine the how blockchain technology change the role and responsibilities of accounting professional. My conceptual framework one hypothesis one is quality of accounting practice. Hypothesis two is future of accounting professional, and blockchain technology adoption. That is the independent variable. Uh, Other one is my sampling is target to audit firm and public listed company in Sri Lanka. Sample size is 100. 100 and my sampling method is purposive sampling method. Unit of accounting analysis is individual accountants and auditors. Organization covered selected audit firm, public listed Sri Lanka companies in Sri Lanka.
Done?
Done.
No. So then you have to stop, ne?
Okay.
At least this is the end of my presentation.
Yes,
Okay.
end of my presentation. Thank you.
Agree with that. Right. Thank you very much for the time in this topic, right? Future professionals. So we'll just keep it to the questions. What factors influence the adaptation of blockchain technology among Sri Lankan organizations? How does blockchain technology affect the quality of the accounting practices? Question number 1, it's correct. මොන වගේ factors ද බලන්න කියලා බලනවා. ඊට පස්සේ එහෙම බැලුවට පස්සේ question number 2 හරි. ඒ factors නිසා adapt වෙන blockchain technology එක company එකේ quality of the accounting practice වලට බලපානවා කියන එකත් හරි. So examine the impact of blockchain technology on accounting. අපි questions okay, very clear.
Okay.
Objectives ටික නම් අපිට ඒටමෙට වෙලා තියෙනවා. We'll change the objective, right? Change in the sense we'll recreate. Question
Okay.
number 1, factors. So then what would be the objective? You can develop the objective by your own. How can you? For the question number 1, you develop the objective.
To examine the factors influence adoption to the blockchain technology in Sri Lanka organization.
Yeah, that should be the objective number 1, to examine the factors affecting the adaptation of blockchain technology among Sri Lankan organization. That should be the first one. Second
Yes.
one,
To identify the blockchain technology affect the quality of accounting practices.
to evaluate the impact of blockchain technology on the quality of accounting practices. So then that would be the second one.
Second one.
Okay,
Yes.
third objective.
To evaluate the technology influence
That's
the
correct.
future roles of accounting professional in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, remove the first one. First objective, remove the first one. Keep second, third, fourth as the first, second, third.
Yes.
Okay.
Understood, miss.
Okay. Then we'll go to the presentation slide number 3. Slide number 3. This is second, no?
This 3, madam.
And this is second. Now 3. Okay. So when you look at your research studies, little bit a broad one, right? Because so as per my understanding, when you are doing the first one, you have to do the fact analysis, right? So there you can identify so dependent variables. ඔයාටම පේනවා ඇති ඔයාගේ පළවෙනි research question එක ගත්තාම ඒකේ තියෙන එක side එකකට factors අනිත් පැත්තේ තියෙන adaptation.
Yes.
මොනවද factors company එකට AI adapt කරන්න ගන්න. එතකොට එතන independent variable වෙන්නේ factors. Factors ටික independent variable, dependent එක adaptation. right?
Yes, ma'am.
Blockchain technology adaptation, one side sometime might be the time, sometime might be the advantages, sometime might be the easiness, and likewise there might be several factors. The
Okay,
conceptual
miss.
framework පළවෙනි objective එකට යන්නේ එහෙම. So the regarding the second research objective, so one side there should be the blockchain, that means as an independent variable. The
Yes.
dependent variable, right hand side, it should be the organizational the accounting effectiveness or something නේද?
Yes.
quality of the accounting practices. දෙවෙනි objective එක ගත්තාම ඒකෙදි වා බලන්නේ අර technology adaptation blockchain adaptation වලට factors වගේක් ආව. ඒ factors in the blockchain adaptation එක ගත්තා. blockchain දැන් company එකේ තියෙනවා. ඒ තියෙන blockchain එකේ මොකද වෙන්නේ accounting practices වලට කියලා. කියන්නේ මේක නිකන් path එකක් වගේ තමයි යන්නේ. the second එකේදී ඔයාගේ conceptual framework එක තවත් වෙනස් වෙලා තියෙනවා. මේකෙදී one side dependent blockchain, the other side accounting practices, quality of the accounting practices, right? එතකොට third object ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද මම කියන එක?
Oh. Yes, miss. I can
තේරුණාද?
understand.
Okay.
Some broad going to the broader one to narrow to one to broader one.
Yeah. The first one, in the first one, your research in the first, as per the research question number 1, your dependent variable are the factors that are hindering to the adaptation of the blockchain. And
Yes.
there the dependent variable is the blockchain adaptation. So we might know because of several reasons the companies are adapting blockchain. So your second question is referring to after you adapt the blockchain because of the reasons that you have identified in the question number 1. So this particular blockchain is impacting for the quality of the accounting practices. That is your research question number 2. In that question number 2, your research object, your independent variable is the blockchain, and dependent would be the quality of accounting practices. Clear?
Yes, madam.
Okay, that means there are 2 stages. These your research is little bit broad, and then it's very interesting and very good research topic. So several steps are there. First one is regarding the adaptation. Second one is regarding the implementation. Right? Implementation, and then how it is impacting for the quality of the accounting practices. Third one is, so these 2 can be done with the quantitative studies, whereas third one you have to go to the qualitative type for the only the third question sometime, right? So then
Yes,
we'll for these 2 objectives we don't want to develop the conceptual framework. So then we'll develop the conceptual framework for the second research question, right? So one side in the sense left hand side, Puta mentioned blockchain technology, right?
Okay,
if you
miss.
can do it, can you do it with me? Can you just copy blockchain technology adaptation, copy it, adaptation, copy it entire place,
Okay, miss.
copy, paste into the future accounting professionals to the place. Just now remove the future professionals one. Professionals, remove that one. That paste, only the future professionals one. And just keep the blockchain technology adaptation. Remove the future professionals part. That doesn't come to the conceptual framework. Yeah, remove that one. Now you write it as blockchain adaptation, technology adaptation, blockchain technology. Remove that one. Okay. Now you understood.
Okay, miss. No.
Okay. Now the quality. Now copy. Now copy the quality of the accounting practices. Cut.
Okay.
Cut. Cut it. Paste into the blockchain technology adaptation place. Your right hand side. Man.
Okay.
Paste it.
Okay,
Right.
miss.
Now you remove the upper window with it doesn't have any text. Remove it. Remove the first arrow H1. Right. Remove the H1 also. Remove it. Very good. Now inline the quality of the accounting practices and blockchain technology to the same line. Please line up it. Now make it the arrow and make the arrow as well. Do the adjustment for the arrow. Name this arrow as H1. If I'm not mistaken, that should be the thing that you are going to do.
Okay, miss.
Now, is this clear? Blockchain technology adaptation, how it is impacting for the quality of accounting practices.
Yes, madam.
Clear? So then
Clear.
put a from the dependent variable in the upper the table that you have mentioned. Remove that. Future professionals, that is not your dependent variable. Remove the entire row. That is something else you are trying to identify the how that is actually perception. You can't do it with the quantitative one.
Okay,
Seems
miss.
that is okay. This is your conceptual framework.
Okay, miss.
Okay,
Okay.
right. Okay, good presentation. And then contemporary topic. Are you doing the fourth year?
I hope, miss.
Good. Vidushan, what's your index number?
Yes, miss. I will. BSc 2004 18C EX 15.
Okay, right, Vidushan. You can develop your proposal.
Okay,
Good.
miss. Thank you.
Hello, madam.
Can
Can
you
I
hear
share?
me, madam?
Yeah. You all can share.
Madam, can I share? Hello.
You all can share your screen and start your presentation. Doesn't matter.
Hello, madam. Can you see my screen? Hello?
So I can only see the WJDE Silva's slide.
It's me, madam.
Okay.
My research topic is the impact of ERP system adaptability on operational cost efficiency and lead time of manufacturing SMEs in the western province of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute.
Okay.
Put into the presentation mode, please.
Okay. The study focuses on manufacturing SMEs located in Colombo, Gampaha, and Kalutara. The main purpose is to understand how an adaptable ERP system can help businesses reduce cost and improve operational efficiency. My research proposal has independent variable is ERP system adaptability. It consists of 4 key dimensions. They are system flexibility, customization capability, integration capability, and user adoption. The study has 2 dependent variables. The first dependent variable is operational cost efficiency, which includes reducing inventory holding cost, minimizing material waste, and lowering labor and overhead cost. The second one is lead time, which measures improvements in order processing time, production throughput, throughput and delivery lead time. The main research question is, what is the impact of ERP system adaptability on the operational cost efficiency and lead time of manufacturing SMEs in Western Province? Accordingly, the main objective is to evaluate this impact. The study has two specific objectives. First one is to assess how ERP adaptability affects operational cost efficiency. Second, to examine its influence on reducing lead time. My methodology is the population consists of registered manufacturing SMEs in the Western Province that have been using an ERP system for at least 12 months. The unit of analysis is the organization, and data will be collected from key information such as finance managers, operation managers, plant managers, and ERP project leads. The study will use purposive judgmental sampling with an expected sample size of 100 to 150 manufacturing SMEs. This is the end of my presentation, and thank you.
Okay, Buddha. So go to your conceptual framework. It includes a lot of things.
Okay.
So as a practice, we just include the name of the dependent and independent variables. Since you have included a lot of details there, please remove those details.
Okay, Miss.
All right.
Okay.
Go to the questions and objectives. Okay. You have presented a very good research topic in a structured way.
Thank you.
So from where you found this research topic? It's really interesting.
I searched some topics, and I thought this would be this one is good to proceed.
Good to proceed. Others can't proceed.
No, this is an interesting topic and a practical one.
Where are you working?
I work in apparel industry, apparel company. I mean, it's the garment factory.
So you have the idea regarding this lead time and all.
Yes.
So then my question is, if you are working at the manufacturing, if you are working in the apparel sector, why you are not selecting apparel sector?
Apparel sector, I thought the manufacturing, all manufacturing companies.
Yeah, okay. Can you go to the, you are collecting the secondary data or primary data? Primary data,
Primary data.
Right, primary data. So then can you just quickly shift it to the research topic?
Sorry?
Shift it to the research topic, please.
Okay.
So where are you from? Colombo district.
I'm from Kaltara district.
Kaltara districts. So if you are you doing the fourth year?
For the timing, I am not going to fourth year. I want to.
Okay, otherwise my comment would be waste of the time. That's why I told you. Just if you are really doing the research, you can, since you are coming from the apparel industry, so you can go to the ERP system adaptation on the operational and cost and lead time efficiencies on manufacturing, not manufacturing, apparel sector. And then there, since you are from the Gampaho cultural district, you can select very small the manufacturing organizations and then check whether are they are adapting the, not manufacturing, the apparel organization. There might be some small companies, right? Not big one, MAs, Brandix and likewise, Star Garments and likewise, but there might be some small apparel industry companies. Are they adapting those ERP, and then how that would be to the operational efficiency or lead time can be tested by your end if you are really interested in this area. So why I commented that one, since you are coming from the apparel industry, except that one, very good presentation, and then you design it one very attractive way. So thank you very much. So I
Thank
just
you.
move my mind from the, I just typically look at this the same presentation that I have shared in a structured way. Now you have changed my mind as well with your design. Thank you very much. It was a very
And
colorful.
one question is,
Yeah.
so do I have to change the topic and
No. If you are interested in the apparel, you can do. Otherwise, nothing to change. No any single word to change.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Okay. May I know your name, please? You are Jayani De Silva, right? Yep.
Yes, miss.
I didn't see your face at the lecture.
I am an online student.
Oh, that's why. But seems being an online student, but you have developed your research proposal than the student who had the physical one.
Thank you, miss.
Okay. So, Shanadi.
Shadi.
Shadi.
Shall I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So our research topic is the impact of cloud accounting adaptation on the working capital management efficiency of listed manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. The independent variable is the cloud-based accounting adoption, and the dependent variable is the working capital management efficiency. If you look at the conceptual framework, I choose the real-time data availability, automation and cost efficiency, and system integration. The population is all listed manufacturing companies operating in Sri Lanka. The unit of analysis is survey responses from the individual CFOs. And the sample size is 100 to 150 listed manufacturing companies from the Colombo Stock Exchange. That's all.
Yeah. Yes, Shadi. Sharif. Sharif, you read
Sharif.
your research
Sharif.
questions and Sharif, you read
Sharif.
your research questions and objectives. I didn't hear those.
The research question is, first one is, which are the leading cloud accounting software system and functionalities being adopted by the listed manufacturing firms in Sri Lanka? The second one is, which are the important internal and external factors that impact the efficiency of working capital management for Sri Lankan manufacturing firms? And the research objective is to study the current trend and feature the adopting cloud-based accounting among the listed manufacturing firms in Sri Lanka. Second one is to analyze the major determinants of efficiency in working capital management in domestic manufacturing industry.
Okay. Sharif, can you read it again? Research question and research objective. And by reading by yourself, you can identify what have you developed as question and what have you developed as the objectives by your end. So rather, I'm starting the comment. You just look at your presentation, what you have included. So are the question number one and objective one is in line with each other? You
I
can
think no,
just read
madam.
it. hope you can understand what I said to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So rather I'm commenting, just look at your research objectives, Shadi. Shadi, no, whatever, Sharif.
You can call me
Sharif.
Sharif, madam.
Yeah, Sharif. Okay, sorry. So you read the question and objectives by your end, and then first understand what have you developed.
Mm.
Just read it. Question number one. You read question number one and objective one. So then just look at what have you mentioned in the objective, and then what have you mentioned in the question.
Mm.
Let me explain to you, right? So
Okay, madam.
in your question number one, you just mentioned leading cloud software system, and then the functionaries being adapted by the listed manufacturing firms. So that is regarding what would be the softwares, leading softwares, and then what would be the functionaries adapted by the companies. But the question objective number one, you explain now what you have mentioned. So as per my understanding, I explained the question number one. Now you explain objective number one, what you are trying to find with the inline to the question number one. Hmm?
Mm. Yes.
Hmm? Research objective one mentioned current trends. But in the question number one, you are not questionable on the current trends. So then if you are not questionable on the current trend, why you are trying to find out the current trends in the question objective number one? If you are not clear on if you do not have any question on current trends, why you should develop the objective of current trends? Sudha.
Yes, madam. I also have a question, the current trends, but I didn't mention here.
So then why did you mention in the objectives? When you are doing the research, cut and paste here and there is not sufficient. You should have a proper understanding regarding what you are trying to do. Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I told you, develop Lamai, develop. If you have independent variables, develop the research questions and objectives based on the independent and dependent variables. An example, so if I explain you like here, what is the impact of real-time data availability on working capital management efficiency of the manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka? First one. Second one, what is the impact of automation on working capital management effectiveness of the manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka? Sharif, now you read the third one. Read me the third question.
Third question.
Yeah, you read the third question. Now I told you two questions.
Okay, which are the important internal and external factors that impact the efficiency of the working capital management for the Sri Lankan manufacturing firms?
Lanka hityanang puta. Okay. Sharif, listen very carefully, right? So I know I told you no putte. So when you are developing the research questions and objective, you should have a proper understanding regarding what you are doing right now. But seems you do not have a proper understanding regarding what you have developed. So then my recommendation, I gave you the recommendation, two recommendations. They develop the questions and objectives by linking dependent and independent variable. For your research topic, you have the real-time data availability independent variable. Am I true?
Yes, but
Yes. So then You have the dependent. What is dependent? Efficiency of the working capital management practices. It should be practices. That's your dependent. Right? So then, when you are developing the question, your question number 1 should be normally very simple. Develop it very simply. What is the impact of real-time data availability on efficiency of the working capital management practices of manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka? Clear?
Clear, madam.
Now read
No,
the
I
second
understand.
question.
The automation.
You read the question.
So what are the automation system used in the manufacturing company in Sri Lanka?
No. Utami, look at it again, listen. Automation. What is the impact of automation on efficiency of working capital management practices of manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka? Clear?
Clear, madam.
You linked, when you are developing the questions and objectives, you link independent and dependent. How you can develop your research proposal like this? You do not have any idea. I read the third question.
So what are the impact of the cost efficiency on corporate accounting adaptation and working capital management efficiency?
Practices of
Practices
what,
madam?
of
The cost efficiency
manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka.
manufacturing
Clear?
companies. Clear, madam.
Read the fourth one.
So what are the system integration impact of the cloud-based accounting adaptation on the manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka?
Verdi. No, wrong. Again read it. What is the impact of?
What is the impact of system integration in
System integration on
the working capital management efficiency
of
of the manufacturing companies of Sri Lanka?
Excellent. That is what you want to develop. Are you clear now?
Yes, madam, clear.
Okay. Then how would be the objective? What would be the objective? You have now 4 questions. How many objectives should be there now?
The first one is to study the real-time data availability in cloud-based accounting adaptation in the manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka.
Okay, excellent. Second one,
Second one is to study the automation
study impact of to study
the
the impact of automation on efficiency of working capital management in listed manufacturing. Clear?
Clear, madam.
Okay. You can population is the unit of analysis is the individual CFO. So then population should be the CFOs in all manufacturing companies. It should be corrected. And sample 100 to 150 manufacturing 150 CFOs in manufacturing companies in Colombo district, right?
Okay, madam.
Okay. So what's your index number, please? May I know your index number, please?
Ratings exception 022.
022. Okay. Are you online student?
Oh, madam.
Right. Mashallah. Okay. Next one.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Can I?
Start your presentation.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the several screens. So
Can you see
Can
the
I?
screen?
It's visible. Akil.
Yeah. So my research proposal topic is the impact of audit data analytical usage on audit efficiency among external auditors in Sri Lanka. So my variables are, one is the frequency of audit data, analytic usage. The research question is, does the frequency of the audit data analytic usage significantly affect the audit efficiency? So my research objective for is to examine the impact of frequency of audit data analytic usage on audit efficiency. Second variable is automated audit testing. Does automated audit testing significantly affect audit efficiency? The objective is to examine the impact of automated audit testing on audit efficiency. The third variable is use of audit data analytic in risk assessment. So the question is, does the use of audit data analytic in risk assessment significantly affect the audit efficiency? The objective is to examine the impact of using audit data analytic in risk assessment on audit efficiency. The fourth variable is exception identified through audit data analytics. So thus exception identified through audit data analytics significantly affect audit efficiency. The objective is to examine the impact of exception identified through audit data analytics on audit efficiency. So my dependent variable is audit efficiency. Then independent variables are the frequency of ADA usage, automated audit testing, ADA and risk assessment, exception identified. And going to the next page. So in the population, what I choose is external auditors works in audit firms in Sri Lanka, mainly big four audit firms. And unit of size, individual external auditor, sampling around 150 to 200 external auditors. Some technique is convenience sampling. Data collection method is online question through 5-point Likert scale. Thank you. That's from my end.
Okay, excellent presentation. No? Very good presentation. Nothing to change. You have covered all of the things. Thank you very much, Pratap.
Thank you for your
What's
time,
your
madam.
English number?
My 18A weekend 018.
018.
Yeah. 18018.
Jurapati, ne?
Correct.
Okay, good. Good
Thank you for your
presentation.
time. Thank you for your time.
Hello, can you see my screen, madam?
Yeah, it's visible. Ishaf 18C exemption 004.
Miss, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Hello?
Can't see anyone's screen.
Miss, can you see now?
No. Now it's okay.
My topic is the impact
Yeah,
of green working.
Can you please? Okay, now okay now. Okay, go ahead.
My topic is the impact of green working capital management on profitability of listed manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. Basically, green working capital means managing companies' working capital while also following environmental friendly practices. So the main objective of this study is to identify how green working capital management affects the profitability of listed manufacturing companies. Here I have developed 5 independent variables. The first one is inventory conversion period. Second one is receivables collection period. Third one, payables deferral period and cash conversion cycle. Final one is green and environmental disclosure cost. The dependent variable is profitability, which will be measured using return on assets and net profit margin. Here I have developed 5 research questions. First one is, what is the impact of inventory conversion period on profitability of listed manufacturing companies? Second one, what is the impact of receivables collection period on profitability of listed manufacturing companies? Third one, what is the impact of payables deferral period on the profitability of listed manufacturing companies? Fourth one, what is the impact of cash conversion cycle on profitability of listed manufacturing companies? And last one, what is the impact of green or environmental disclosure scores on profitability of listed manufacturing companies? The population of the study includes all manufacturing companies listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange. The unit of analysis is Fermi observation. This means like companies studied for each year during like for 10 or 5 years period, and I use purposive sampling, which means companies are selected based on specific criteria. Around 25 to 30 manufacturing companies with complete financial and environmental disclosure data, and this will provide approximately 250 to 300 per year observations. That's all.
Okay, Rifma, thank you very much for the again the structured presentation. So what my comment is, for the research objectives, you mentioned the sample of the research as you mentioned in the questions. It should be corrected like this to identify the impact of the inventory conversion period on profitability of listed manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. That part is missing in your objectives where it has been properly included to the research question. Do the correction and then go with the proposal. Good.
Okay, miss, thank you.
Hello, Miss, are you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear.
This is
Yeah.
my research topic, the relationship between organization culture and the internal control effectiveness, evidence from the manufacturing organization in Sri Lanka. When you consider about the research question, what is the relationship between the involvement culture and the internal control effectiveness? What is the relationship between consistency culture and the internal control effectiveness? What is the relationship between adaptability culture and the internal control effectiveness? And what is the relationship between mission culture and the internal control effectiveness? And objectives are to examine the relationship between environment culture and the internal control effectiveness, to examine the relationship between the consistency culture and the internal control effectiveness, to examine the relationship between adaptability culture and the internal control effectiveness, and to examine the relationship between the mission culture and the internal control effectiveness. There I have the two variable, independent and dependent variable. When consider about the independent variable, organization culture and under involvement, consistent adaptability and mission, and consider about the dependent variable, internal control effectiveness, under control environment, risk assessment, control activities, monitoring and the communication. My population is the manufacturing organization registered with the Sri Lanka Export Development Board and the operation in the industrial zones. Unit of analysis is the manufacturing organization data from the finance, audit and the operational person. Sampling technique is random sampling take 10 to 15 response units. Thank you. Hello, Miss.
Sorry. I was muted, no? Sorry. So what, Ranavira, what's the sample size?
My sample size is 10 to 15 response units.
10 to 15?
Yes.
This is a qualitative one. Then
No, miss.
10 to 15 not enough. There should be minimally 100. Change that
Okay,
one.
miss. Okay, miss. I change.
Okay, right. So, okay, Putta, very good, interesting one. You are trying to shift to the traditional one, organizational culture
Yes.
and audit effectiveness. So, very interesting. Where are you working right now?
Yes, miss. I'm
Where are
working
you
in
working?
audit firm and the
What's the
Creston, Sri
name?
Lanka.
You are working at Creston.
Yes, miss.
Okay, okay. So then what about their organizational culture? Internal controls, audit effectiveness.
Okay.
No, can't you take from that one? You have audit firms, no? Can't you take?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Right. Good
Miss, can I
presentation.
continue my research using the secondary data?
So here
Primary,
is a
not the
question.
primary.
Yeah. Secondary data can't be there. Secondary data can't be. Second data can't be because this organizational culture, in the sense, you have to have the responses from the respondents.
Yes, miss.
So then, as you mentioned here, you are trying to do it primary data, no? So then, why you are asking it to call it second data? Hmm? Can you do this one with the second data? Let me know.
No, miss. Can't.
මේ organization එක ගන්න පුළුවන් second data වලින් බෑනේ පුතේ. බෑ.
Okay, miss.
Okay. Right.
Thank
So,
you,
but
miss.
very interesting research topic, right? I know if you are doing this one with the fourth year, you can go with the publication as well. So, very interesting area.
Okay, miss. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So, Lamai will call the order. So, we'll check who did the presentation or not. So, Abe Singh 85 done. So, if there are any, I'm calling the order now. Your presentation order. So, I have to finish it by 10:30. So, then I ask you to fill the Google form and I share the information accordingly. I received the 37 responses. We'll try to do at least 30 maximumly. So now let me call your names. If you are unable to do the presentation, raise your hand and do the presentation. I will call the order, right? So 85 done, 21, 71, 18 a weekday 71. So 18 a weekend 79, 18C exemption 009, 18C exemption 008, 18C exemption 007. If you are unable to present, let me know. So then I will give the chance. So Subhat 18A weekend 61, 18A weekend 063.
Miss.
Okay, you start. Ishfa.
Can you see my screen, Miss?
Yeah, it's visible.
So my research topic is the impact of work pressure on job performance of audit associates in Big Four audit firms in Sri Lanka. The main purpose of this study is to understand how work pressure affects the performance of audit associates. The independent variable of my study is work pressure, which includes workload, time pressure, long working hours, role conflicts, and role ambiguity. The dependent variable is job performance, which is measured through quality of work, productivity, accuracy, timely completion of task, overall effectiveness. My research question focus on whether these four factors of work pressure have an impact on job performance. Similarly, my research objectives are to evaluate the impact of each of these factors on the job performance of audit associates. The population of this study consists of audit associates working in the Big Four audit firms in Sri Lanka. The unit of analysis is individual audit associates. The study will use purposive and convenient sampling, and the target sample size will be around 150 to 200.
Okay, good presentation. Are you an audit associate?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you working?
At KPMG.
Okay. Seems there might be a work pressure from your subordinates or seniors. Am I true?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Right. You can do the presentation. You can do the report. Doesn't matter. Good presentation. Thank you very much. Yeah. So the next person, I will call the name again. We have stopped at 9th. Ishaf. That is 63. Abdul. 10th one, Abdul. Abdul not there. And then 18A weekend 031. No. Harishan. No. 18A weekend 005. No. I know. Okay. Shayastri. Binner Manodya. Manodya. Yes.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
My research topic is the impact of capital structure on firm performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. So they have three variables: debt equity ratio and debt ratio and long-term debt ratio. So dependent variable is firm performance. It's measured using return on asset, return on equity, and earning per share. The research questions are: what is the impact of the debt to equity ratio on firm performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? And what is the impact of the debt ratio on firm performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? What is the impact of the long-term debt ratio on firm performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? The research objectives are to examine the impact of the debt to equity ratio on firm performance, and to examine the impact of the debt ratio on firm performance, and to examine the impact of the long-term debt ratio on firm performance. So the conceptual framework, it's debt to equity ratio, debt ratio, uh, and long-term debt ratio. Independent variable is firm performance, and population and sample. I'll take non-financial companies listed in Colombo Stock Exchange, and unit of analysis is the individual listed companies tracked over the 5-year period 2022 2024, and sample and sampling techniques is companies selected on set criteria, 5 years of complete and publicly available financial statements on the CSC.
Okay, Binner, thank you very much for the structured presentation. Let me explain the difference between Binner debt ratio and long-term debt ratio.
Madam.
Debt ratio and then the long-term debt ratio.
So the ratio shows the balance between debt and shareholders' equity. Long-term focus on long-term borrowing, which has a significant impact on long-term financial performance.
So then what should be the denominator and numerator for the long-term debt ratio?
So debt ratio measures the proportion of total assets financed by debt, and long-term debt
Debt ratio?
ratio focuses on long-term. Sorry.
Debt ratio focused on how to
Measures the
calculate debt
proportion of
ratio.
total assets.
You know the way of calculating debt ratio?
Sorry.
You know the way of calculating debt ratio. Let me know the denominator and numerator to calculate the debt ratio. Since you are doing the research on capital structure, I'm asking denominator and numerator for the debt ratio.
Debt ratio calculated by
Debt divided by value of the firm. Debt to equity means debt divided by equity. So long-term debt ratio, how to calculate the long-term debt ratio? Same as usual debt ratio. So
long-term debt dividing total assets.
Total assets, sure. You check it. Right, you check it. Otherwise, debt ratio and then the long-term debt ratio seem same. Okay?
Okay.
So then those are the clarifications, except that one which is a structured presentation. Others are okay with that.
Okay.
You can develop your proposal.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay. So after Binner, we have 18A weekend 029.
Hello, madam.
What's your name?
Sahandi.
Okay, Sahandi. You are Fernando, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do the presentation.
Madam, can you show my slide?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay.
Uta, I will just give a one comment, right, Sahandi?
Yeah.
So if you have look at the others presentation as well. Ani Karunakala conceptual framework හදාගෙන I present කරන්න, I will give the time.
Sorry?
So I already advise when I'm starting the lecture also, when I'm starting this presentation session also. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on the conceptual frameworks, right? So already we have seen that several conceptual framework where you have not developed that one. Kindly develop your conceptual framework as the others did and then do the presentation. I will give the time.
Okay, ma'am.
At the next one after that. Shadeen or Shadeen. Juranpati did ne 18 a weekend 18 did 18 a weekend 48 Mukrim.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Mukrim share your screen.
Yeah. This content once you can see.
Yeah, okay.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah, it's visible.
So my research topic is about the sectors that affect the adoption of ERP systems for accounting and financial management in SME textile companies in Sri Lanka. So I took variables as financial capability, employee technological knowledge, technological infrastructure, competitive pressure, and ERP system adoption. And my research questions are first one, how does financial capability affect the adoption of ERP systems among SME textile firms? How does employee technical knowledge affect the adoption of ERP system? And next one, how does technological infrastructure affect the adoption of ERP system? And does competitive pressure play any role in the adoption of ERP system among SME textile firms? And this overall research question is, how is the adoption of ERP system affected by financial, technological, and environmental factors in SME textile corporation in Sri Lanka? And we move to the research objectives. The first one, to determine the impact of financial capability on the adoption of ERP system. And the second one, to determine the role of employee technical knowledge in the adoption of ERP system. Third one, to determine the impact of technological infrastructure on the adoption of ERP system. And the fourth one, to determine the impact of competitive pressure on the adoption of ERP system. And last one, to evaluate the overall relationship between these factors and the adoption of ERP system in SME Textile Corporation. And I took independent variable as financial capability, employee technology, and technological infrastructure and competitive pressure. And I took dependent variable as ERP adoption. Population, I took SME Textile Corporations operation in Sri Lanka. And you need to finalize this manager and employees of SME Textile Corporation in Sri Lanka, like supply chain management and IT system management likewise. And the sample and sampling techniques is sample size I took 100 to 150 responders, and sampling technique I will use convenience sampling. That's all, man.
Okay, Mukrim. It's okay. You can do the proposal. You can develop proposal.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Okay. So the next one. Mukrim. Hansini Pereira, 18 weekend 78. Okay, Jasil 70, 18 weekend 17. Ranaveeran 18 weekend 43 date. Min Risna date. Tharuk 18 weekend 038. No, ne? Okay. Tharuk, yes.
Please, can you see the screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Miss, my topic is the impact of internal controls on finance reporting quality of small and medium manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka.
Okay.
My independent variable is internal control. I have taken it as 4 components: control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information communication, and monitoring. And my dependent variable is financial reporting quality. My research questions are what impact the control environment has on financial reporting quality, whether risk assessment influence it, to what extent to do control activities affect it, whether information control and monitoring practices affect it, and finally, what is the current level of financial reporting quality in these companies. Research objectives are to examine the impact of control environment, to assess the effect on risk assessment, to determine the effect on control activities, to evaluate the influence of information, communication, and monitoring, to measure the level of financial reporting quality and identify which internal controls component has the highest impact. My conceptual framework on the right side, so the relationship, the 4 internal control component and independent as independent variables, and each is expected to influence financial reporting quality on the right side. Population is owners, managers, accountants, internal audit staff in the small and medium manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. Unit of analysis is individuals in small and medium manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. sample and sample techniques, 130 to 150 responders, owners, managers, accountants, and internal audit staff selected through the convenience sampling. That's all.
Okay, Buddha. No issues to identify. Structured manner, good presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one. Yeah, Taruka, right? 38.
Yes, miss.
The next one.
Hello.
Miss. Okay, after Taruka, Amal.
Hello, miss. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I am Amal Ratnayaka from 18C extension batch. And
Yes, sir.
my
Registration number, please.
registration number 18C extension 034.
Okay, good.
My research topic is the effect of the 2022 economic crisis on the financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's 2022 economic crisis was unprecedented. We witnessed sovereign debt default, sharp currency depreciation, inflation peaking over 70%, and record high interest rate. My research asked how did this crisis affect listed companies on the Colombo exchange and how quickly have they recovered? There is a clear research gap existing. Sri Lankan studies focus on single sectors or stop at 2022. My study provides a systematic comparison across pre-crisis 2019 to 22 or 2021 and crisis in 2022 and recovery period 2023 to 2024 period across multiple sectors. And my objectives are to compare pre-crisis and crisis performance and to assess the recovery, to examine the relationship between macro indicators and firm performance, and to test sectoral differences, and finally to explore how companies describe their crisis responses in annual reports. And my conceptual framework has financial performance as the independent variable measured by ROA, ROE, net profit margin, and the current ratios. Independent variables are crisis period dummies and macroeconomic indicators, inflation and exchange rate depreciation and interest rates. I control for firm size and leverage with sector as a moderating variable. And my four hypotheses are: first one is profitability was significantly lower during 2022 crisis compared to pre-crisis. And second one, profitability significantly improved during the 2023 to 2024 recovery period. And third one is inflation, exchange rate depreciation, and interest rate were negatively associated with performance. Fourth one is the crisis impact differed significantly across sectors. My methodology used mixed methods approach with secondary data using purposive sampling. I will select 30 companies across manufacturing, food and beverage, consumer durable, and diversified holdings observed from 2019 to 2024 yielding approximate yielding. For analysis, I will use descriptive statistics, mean comparison test like ANOVA and t-test for the first two hypotheses, panel regression for third, and interaction effect for the fourth. Qualitatively, I will conduct thematic content analysis of management discussion and analysis section. That's all, madam.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much for the very comprehensive presentation. It was very structured as well as you have covered most of the thing that I'm expecting you to cover. So, the effect of, can you just go to the presentation slide, please? View it, please.
Okay.
Yeah, put into the presentation mode. Thank you. So you're trying to do a suggestion. The effect of the economic crisis will remove the letters 2022 because it was when you are doing, if you are doing a research that might be 2028. So then you are trying to analyze what has happened after before 6 years. So then just remove the 2022. So just keep it as economic crisis, right? For the time being purpose. Normally we are not including the date time period to the research topics, right? So then the effect of economic crisis on the financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka, very good. So you are trying to identify the financial performance, not the stock market performance, right?
Okay.
Sorry, you are not, again, I'm asking, you are not trying to analyze the stock market performance. You just analyze the financial performance. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
So, but where, somewhere else you have mentioned that stock market performance neither.
I mean, I get data from stock market annual reports.
Okay, right. So then the other thing, okay, thank you. So the
Okay.
other thing, moderator, right? So you have very good moderator analysis. So why we can't include that moderator analysis to the research topic? We'll re-amend your research topic like this. The effect of the economic crisis on the financial performance, economic crisis on the financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka with the moderator industry with the moderator. We'll take the moderator with the moderator. Sector wise, how to say it as a sector moderator?
Sorry.
Industry as a, sector as a moderator. Right, you re-amend. So research topic, the effect of the economic crisis on the financial performance of listed manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. Sector as a moderator. With the moderate or else with the moderate impact of sector, industry type, likewise. What you are trying to do within the research, have to present it via your research topic. Otherwise, you do a great analysis, but it doesn't, by looking at your research topic, we can't identify the what was the depth that you have and trying to analyze. Therefore, mention research moderator. Moderate analysis is not that much easy, so that is difficult. So then identify or else add that moderator to the research topic. So, and the suggestion, we have to place this moderator. Control variables should be bottom of the financial performance, should be mentioned below the financial performance, not the independent variable side. So that has to be rearranged. And then moderator, there should be an arrow from the moderator to the H4, H3, H2 and H1. There should be again control variables should be placed in below the financial performance, not the independent side. So then that should be changed to left to right. Clear?
Clear.
Then moderator, right? Moderator should be within the window. You have to mention the moderator. And then that moderator, from the moderator, there should be the arrow, which should address the H4, H3, H2, H1. That arrow should be linked to all these 4 hypotheses because it's changing this relationship, right? So then your conceptual framework is very clear. Okay, good.
Okay,
right.
thank you. One question.
Yeah.
Can I get this recordings?
Yeah, you can get.
Okay. Thank
If
you.
you are not clear anything, you can let me know. You can contact me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Right, we'll go to the next one.
Excuse me, madam.
Yes, Pita.
Now I share.
Yeah, share.
Sahan,
Yeah, share.
Can you see it, madam?
Yes, it's visible to me, right? But the way you develop your conceptual framework is wrong, Putta. So just look at the previous student research, previous students' conceptual framework, right? It should be left to right hand side. That's wrong. That's why I previously
madam.
asked you to change that one and redo it. Can you ask from your friend, or else look at the other presentation, look at the next presentation very carefully, then you can understand what they are saying.
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Okay.
And the person after Taruka, Amal, Vareen.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, madam.
Yeah. You are
Uh,
Vareen.
more and more.
Vareen.
It's Damien.
Vareen.
It's
Sorry,
Damien.
sorry. Sorry, sorry, Vareen. Sorry. Okay.
Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So what I choose for my research, the topic is the effect of foreign exchange fluctuation on financial reporting of export companies in Sri Lanka. The independent variables will be exchange rate fluctuation, volatility of USD and LKR. Dependent variable is financial reporting outcomes, foreign exchange gain, losses, net profit, volatilities, and return on assets. And the research questions are how do foreign exchange fluctuation affect financial reporting of export companies in Sri Lanka, and what are accounting methods are used to recognize exchange gain and losses. Do exchange fluctuations affects reliability and comparability of financial statements? What are the implications for decision making by investors? The research objectives to analyze how exchange rate movements affect reported earnings of export firms, to evaluate accounting treatment adoption under LKS 21, to examine the impact on financial statement comparability and reliability, to assess implication for investors and stakeholders in Sri Lanka. This is my conceptual framework: independent variable, foreign exchange rate fluctuation, dependent variable, financial reporting outcomes. Population, all export-oriented companies listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange. Likewise, apparel, textiles, tea and beverages, plantation, and diversified export sectors. Unit of analysis: individual listed export companies analyzed via its annual financial statement for each reporting year from 2016 to 2025, and sample and sampling technique. Proposes sample of 40 to 50 listed export companies with complete data, and 10 to 15 finance accounting professional for the qualitative company. That's all, madam. Hello.
Okay. So yeah. So the dependent variable is financial reporting outcomes. So we'll go to your research topic slide. First slide.
Yeah, this is the first slide.
Okay. So, yeah, the effect of foreign exchange fluctuation on financial reporting outcomes of the export companies in Sri Lanka. We'll do some amendments for the questions and objectives. Accounting methods. What are the accounting methods are used to recognize exchange gain and losses? No need to do a research to identify those things. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Neither. You just very carefully read the LKS number 27. It gives us the method of identifying, recognizing the exchange gains or losses. So then why are we doing a research to identify those things? There is a standard no. If someone says no, don't do a research, look at this case number 1 and have the idea. So then remove that one. Accounting methods on it, right? So other one, okay. How does the foreign exchange fluctuation affect the financial reporting of export companies in Sri Lanka? Okay, seems to question number 2. And what are the implications for the decision making by the investors? No. So question number 2 and 4, we'll remove that one directly.
Okay.
And objectives 2 and 4 will remove. So we'll develop one question. When you are doing the research, you can go in detail and have the understanding. So just for the proposal, we'll keep a one question. So effect of the foreign, you develop the question like this. So what is how, right? You start with how. So how do the foreign exchange fluctuations affect reliability and comparability of the financial statements of export companies in Sri Lanka? You keep that objective. You keep that question and then objective to analyze how foreign exchange fluctuations impact on reliability and compatibility of the financial reporting of export companies in Sri Lanka. Then amend the research topic like this: the effect of foreign exchange fluctuations on comparability and reliability of financial reporting of export companies in Sri Lanka, not the outcome. Again, the effect of foreign exchange fluctuations කොහොමද effect foreign exchange fluctuations on comparability and reliability of financial reporting of the export companies in Sri Lanka. You rearrange, right? Okay, others are okay. Okay, you can develop your proposals too.
Okay.
Next one. Navoda 34. 34. 75. 18 weekend 34 Navoda අනිත් එක්කෙනා 18 weekend to 75. No. 18
75
weekend.
is there, madam.
Okay. Yeah, use share screen.
The screen is visible, right, ma'am?
Yeah, it's visible.
My research topic is the impact of overall audit risk on auditor responsibility among external auditors in Sri Lanka. The main purpose of this study is to examine how overall audit risk influences the responsibility of external auditors. Audit risk consists of three components: inherent risk, control risk, and detection risk. In this study, these three factors are the independent variables. while auditor responsibility is the dependent variable. Based on these variables, my research addresses 4 key questions. The first one is, how does inherent risk affect the responsibility of external auditors? Second one is, how does control risk affect auditors' responsibility? Third, how does detection risk affect auditor responsibility? Finally, how does overall audit risk affect auditor responsibility when auditor have control only over detection risk? The research objectives are aligned with these questions. They are to examine the impact of inherent risk, investigate the influence of control risk, analyze the effect of detection risk, and finally evaluate the impact of overall audit risk on auditor responsibility among external auditors in Sri Lanka. The conceptual framework proposes 3 hypotheses. H1 examines the relationship between inherent risk and auditor responsibility. H2 examines the relationship between control risk and auditor responsibility. And H3 examines the relationship between detection risk and auditor responsibilities. Regarding the methodology, the population consists of all the external auditors registered with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. The sample includes selected practicing external auditors, around 75 to 125 auditors from audit firms in Sri Lanka. The sampling technique is the purposive sampling. The unit of analysis is individual external auditors at the firm level. That's it, madam.
Okay, Tata. Right. Good. You can develop your proposal. It's approved.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Your number is 79, right? Okay. The next one, 89. Bamunu Singh. Bamunu Singh is there, no? Bamunu Singh, you can share the screen. Bamunu Singh.
Miss, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, yes. It's visible.
My topic is the impact of professional skepticism on effectiveness of fraud risk assessment among external auditors in the Colombo district, the moderating effect of the time budget pressure. The main purpose of this study is the understand whether the professional skepticism helps external auditors' performance more effective fraud risk assessments. I also examine whether the time budget pressure changes this relationship. This slide shows my conceptual framework. My independent variable is professional skepticism, which refers to an auditor's questioning mind and critical evaluation of audit evidence. My independent variable is fraud risk assessment effectiveness, which means how effectively auditors identify and assess fraud risk. The moderating variable is time budget pressure, which may influence the relationship between professional skepticism and fraud risk assessment effectiveness. Based on these variables, I developed 3 research questions and 3 research objectives. First, I examine the relationship between professional skepticism and fraud risk assessment effectiveness. Second, I examine relationship between professional skepticism and fraud risk assessment effectiveness among the external auditors in Colombo district. Finally, I Hello, Miss.
Yes, Pata, yes.
Sorry, Miss, signal failure.
Hi, Tamam.
Finally, I determine whether time budget pressure moderates the relationship between professional skepticism and fraud risk effectiveness. The population consistency of is my I get as my population external auditors working in audit firms located in Colombo district. Unit analyze is individual external auditors. I plan to collect approximately 180 to 200 usable response in purposive sampling. So that's yes.
Okay, Pata. That very attractive research topic, ne? Professional skepticism on the effectiveness of fraud risk assessment among external auditors. Right? You have the moderator as well. Time budget pressure. Okay, good presentation. It's again contemporary research topic and very interesting one from the auditing area. So yeah, it's correct. You have for like just a small the thing conceptual framework. You name the hypothesis H1 and H2. H2 is for the moderator. H1 is for the direct relationship. Okay, Nand? Right. Okay,
Miss,
Buddha.
එතකොට
Yes.
conceptual framework එක ඇඳලා තියෙන විදිහේ change එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ නැද්ද?
මේක හරි. මේක හරියටම හරි.
හරි miss. Thank you, miss.
Okay.
Miss, am I audible to you?
Yes.
Miss, I am 34 from weekend batch.
34.
Rashmi Navoda car. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, did we pass your index number?
Yeah, madam.
So what was the order? What was the number assigned to you?
I'm 034 from weekend batch. 25th one.
Okay, right. Yeah, you share your screen. Yeah, you can share your screen, Putta.
Is Hello, madam.
Oh.
Is it visible,
Yeah.
madam?
Yes.
Can I present, madam?
Yeah, you can present.
So my research topic is the impact of working capital management on the profitability of small and medium enterprises in Sri Lanka. In this study, the independent variable is working capital management and the dependent variable is profitability of SMEs. I have three research questions. The first question is, what is the level of working capital management in SMEs in Sri Lanka? The second question is there a relationship between working capital management and SMEs profitability? The third question is, which working capital management component has the biggest effect on profitability? Based on these questions, I have three research objectives. First, to assess the level of working capital management in SMEs. Second, to examine the relationship between working capital management and profitability. Third, to identify which working capital management component has the strongest influence profitability. Now I will explain the conceptual framework. The independent variable is working capital management and it includes current ratio, inventory turnover, receivable turnover and payable turnover. The independent variable is profitability, which is measured by ROA, ROE and net profit margin. The population of the study is SMEs in Sri Lanka. The unit of analysis is individual SMEs. The study uses a sample of 100 SMEs selected by simple random sampling. Finally, the study aims to understand how working capital management affects the profitability of SMEs in Sri Lanka. That's it, madam.
Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay, the unit of analysis. Are you supposed to collect the secondary data or primary data? Primary data, ne?
No, madam. Secondary data, that annual reports.
Where it has been mentioned?
There's no that
Okay,
thing mentioned in my. Sorry,
is that
madam.
possible? Is that possible is that possible for you to collect the second data from the annual reports from this SMEs? Can you find? Think a little bit. Technically, these are okay, but sometimes when you're collecting the data from SME, second data and report not to be the essential component to publish no some SME, so then there might be some issues.
Yeah, madam.
Okay. So
Is
other
it
than
okay to?
technically okay for the proposal.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Okay. So you are 34.
Yeah, madam.
Navodaya, ne?
Yeah.
So then we'll go to the 2895.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, you can start your presentation.
Can you see my screen, madam?
Yes.
My research proposal title, Macroeconomic Determinants of Corporate Financial Performance, Evidence from Listed Companies in Sri Lanka. So, moving to my conceptual framework, this study evaluates how for major independent variables, namely inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, and real GDP growth rate, impact the dependent variable, which is corporate financial performance.
1 minute, Putha, you just share your screen, but your presentation is not visible for me. Screen is visible, but presentation is not visible.
Now, can you see?
No, you have to open the presentation, I think. You minimize your Teams link. Minimize your Teams tab and then minimize it.
Now, okay?
No, now not okay. Now just light blue color screen is there. What can we do? Can you share it again?
Okay, wait.
Now your screen is there. Sometimes you might share only the mic, what do you call the MS Teams window.
Now, can you see?
Now okay.
මුලින්දම කියන්න මිස්? My research proposal title, Macroeconomic Determinants of Corporate Financial Performance, Evidence from Listed Companies in Sri Lanka. Moving to my conceptual framework, this study evaluates how for major independent variables, namely
inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, and real GDP growth rate impact the dependent variable, which is corporate financial performance. The main objective of this study is to identify the overall impact of these macroeconomic determinants on listed corporate performance in Sri Lanka. Correspondingly, my main research question is what is the impact of macroeconomic determinants on corporate financial performance? To achieve this, I have formulated 4 sub-objectives and sub-questions. Sub-objectives are first to identify the impact of the inflation rate on the corporate financial uh, performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Second, to identify the impact of the interest rate on the corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Third, to identify the impact of exchange rate impact of exchange rate movements on corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Or to identify the impact of the GDP growth rate on the corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Sub-questions are, first, what is the impact of the inflation rate on the corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? Second, what is the impact of the interest rate on the corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? Third, what is the impact of the exchange rate variation on the corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? Fourth, what is the impact of the GDP growth rate on the corporate financial performance of listed companies in Sri Lanka? Regarding my scope and methodology, the population consists of all non-financial companies listed on the ESE, which is around 200 companies using a purposive sampling technique based on a balanced panel criterion. I selected a sample of 100 companies that have continuous data over 10-year period. Okay, Miss.
Okay, Putta. Right. Good presentation, no? A well-structured presentation. Very good.
Okay, thank you.
You met me previously? Did you met me? 95? Sir, Prabhani.
Yes, madam.
Did you show me your research topic, right? Previously?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Macroeconomic variable or something, neither.
Yeah.
So the last before Darshana. Oh, Darshana. Is not there. So then Sharon, last one, Sharon.
Yes, miss.
Yeah, you share your screen.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
So my research topic is the impact of internal audit quality on sustainability reporting practices among listed manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. So moving to my conceptual framework, internal audit quality is represented through 4 independent variables, starting from internal audit independence, internal audit competence, internal audit effectiveness, audit committee support. So these factors are expected to influence my dependent variable, which is sustainability reporting practices. So based on my framework, I have developed 4 research questions and objectives to examine these relationships. Starting from the first one, what is the impact of internal audit independence on sustainability reporting practices? And next, what is the impact of internal audit competence on sustainability reporting? And then the impact of internal audit effectiveness on sustainability reporting practices. And the last one is the impact of audit committee support on sustainability reporting practices. So the objectives are to evaluate the impact of internal audit independence on sustainability practices and to evaluate impact of internal audit competence on sustainability practices, and then the impact of internal audit effectiveness on sustainability practices, and the final one is the impact of audit committee support on sustainability practices. So for my methodology, I will be using quantitative approach with primary data collection through a questionnaire. So my population consists of internal auditors, audit managers, financial managers, sustainability managers, and risk managers of listed manufacturing companies in Sri Lanka. And my unit of analysis is individual professionals, including internal audit, sustainability reporting, governance, and risk management. And then my targeting sample is approximately 100 responders using purposive sampling, selecting professionals with relevant knowledge and experience in internal audit and sustainability reporting. That's it, madam.
Okay, Sharon. Good presentation, structured manner, and this is again contemporary one, right? So you have presented in very well. All things are clear, right? Nothing to change. You can develop your proposal.
Okay, miss. Thank you, miss.
Okay.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah, Taruka. I don't know. I can't remember your name, but just look at the Sharon presentation. The presentation and then the conceptual framework. I hope now you have created that one.
Oh, yeah, madam.
Okay.
Can I share?
Yeah. Now walk a little bit. Make into the presentation mode and start your presentation.
Okay. My presentation heading is the impact of financial literacy on the investment decision making of individual investors in Sri Lanka. Variables are three variables are in having. They are financial literacy, budgeting behavior, saving behavior. My research questions are what is the level of financial literacy among young adults in Sri Lanka? Second question is how does financial literacy affects budgeting behavior? Third question is how does financial literacy influence saving behavior? My research objectives are to assess the level of financial literacy among young adults in Sri Lanka. Second one is to examine the relationship between financial literacy and budgeting behavior. Third one is to analyze the effect of financial literacy on saving behavior. Conceptual framework. Independent variable is financial literacy. Dependent variable is personal financial management. It's divided to budgeting behavior and saving behavior. Population, young adults in Sri Lanka, typically age 18 to 35 years. Unit of analysis, individual young adults, sample and sampling techniques. A sample of young adults from different regions of Sri Lanka, select using satisfied random sampling or simple random sampling, depend on data availability. That's all, madam. Thank you.
Okay, Buddha. Right. Thank you very much for the presentation. So we'll all are the clear. Don't stop the presentation. Just share your screen.
Okay, madam. Sorry.
Okay, we'll adjust the conceptual framework here. So hope your independent variable is financial literacy, right? Copy the financial literacy. You go to the copy it. Right, copy it. Copy. Now it paste in. You paste in personal financial management slide. Okay. You copy. Undo it. Undo. Financial literacy copy කරන්න. ඒක copy කරලා ගේන්න personal management, personal financial management කියලා තැනට ගෙනල්ලා paste කරන්න. හරි. Personal financial management cut කරලා financial literacy තැනට paste කරන්න. Financial management නේද? Financial management. Type කරන්න financial management නේ. personal මොකද්ද personal personal financial management ද
Financial. Yeah.
ඒක type කරන්නකො personal finance කියන එක. හරි. දැන් personal finance management කියන එකට නේද budgeting behavior එකයි savings behavior එකයි එන්නේ.
Yes, madam.
හරි. එහෙනම් budgeting behavior එකයි savings behavior එකයි කියන එක ගන්න ඒ windows එකේ එහෙමම ගන්නකෝ financial management කියන තැනට යටි. window එකම අරන් එන්න. හරි. savings behavior right click කරලා අරන් එන්න. right click කරලා අරන් එන්න. savings behavior place කරන්නකො budgeting behavior තැන. දැන් අයින් කරන්න අර arrow එක. වගේ වම් අත පැත්තේ තියෙන arrow එක අයින් කරන්න. financial literacy ගන්න එහාට. right. හරි. personal financial management කියන එකේ width එක වැඩි කරන්න. හරි. ඒක කුඩා කරන්න. ඒක අර width එක අඩු කරලා මේ width එක අඩු කරා නම් හරි පුතා. පල්ලෙහාට ගන්න එපා දිගට ගන්න දිගට. financial management financial management යටතේ budgeting behavior and savings behavior එන්නේ. ඒකේ sub එකක් විදිහට include කරන්න. width එක අඩු කරන්න අන්න right. දැන් අඩු කරන්න. දැන් financial behavior එකේ width එක අඩු කරන්න. financial behavior financial literacy මුකුත් කරන්න එපා. financial behavior budgeting behavior budgeting ඒක width එක අඩු කරන්න. තව කුඩා කරන්න. ඒක ගේන්න financial management යටතට. හරි. savings behavior එකත් අන්න ඒ වගේම හදන්න. දැන් ඔය arrow එක copy කරන්න. copy කරලා paste කරන්න ඔය arrow එක. arrow එක copy නෑ එහෙම තියන්න වෙනස් කරන්න බා. arrow එක copy කරලා paste කරන්න. copy paste control C control V. එක arrow එකක් place කරන්න financial literacy ඉඳලා budgeting behavior වලට. අනිත් arrow එක place කරන්න financial literacy ඉඳලා savings behavior වලට. ඒ arrows දෙකම පටන් ගන්නනේ financial literacy කියන තැන ඉඳලා. financial literacy ගාවට කියන arrows දෙකම. හරි. හරි. එක arrow එකක් එතන ඉඳලා savings behavior එකට. savings behavior තුනක් ඕන arrows දෙකයි ඕන. arrows දෙකයි ඕන පුතා. එකක් අයින් කරන්නකෝ. පස්සේ ගත්ත එක අයින් කරන්න. හරි. එකක් budgeting behavior වලට එනවා අනිත් එක financial literacy ඉඳලා savings behavior වලට එනවා. හරිද? එයාට තේරෙනවද මම මොකද කරන්නේ කියලා?
Yes, madam.
Hope you are clear on what you are doing, right? Financial literacy, whether it is impacting for the financial behavior, and then financial literacy, whether it is impacting for the savings behavior. That is what you are trying to analyze. So why have you included the investment decision making to the research topic? So no single word is no single word is included in your content as the investment decision making. But why you have included the investment decision making to the research topic? That should be I hope that should be corrected as a financial management, personal financial management. Am I correct or wrong?
Correct, madam.
Yeah. The impact of financial literacy on the personal financial management of individual investors in Sri Lanka. Please do the correction. Right, Lamai. So, by personal financial management. Personal financial management. It should be not management, financial management. Personal financial management and remove the word making of. Right. Sahandi, what's your registration number? Sahandi.
Weekend 29.
Can't remember your face.
Sorry?
It's okay. Can't remember your face. If you were near to me, then not. Okay. Right, Putta. Okay, it's approved for your.
Madam.
It's approved for. So we'll stop for today. It's 10:30. So we have nearly went through the 30. I don't know whether we have taken 30 all 30. So at least we have went through the 20 presentations. So other things we'll do it in the next tomorrow. So as I initially told you, so I only will be able to have 20 presentation, maximally 10:30. So we'll stop for today. So there are 7 presenters who gave me the name, but unfortunately can't go with the it's now almost 10:30, can't go with beyond that one 10:30. So thank you very much for the participation. We'll review your presentation in tomorrow, right? Tomorrow you can do the presentation from 8 to 11 a.m. Right, thank you. Good night.